I think for 2025, Xbox is going to be my main console platform once again. Xbox has placed a bet on the future that I am now starting to fully understand, and I'm actually on board with. Personally, I think they may have placed that bet way too early with the Xbox One, but they are onto something, and I'm starting to see the vision. Please spare me your comments if they remotely reek of console war bullshit, because that makes you an idiot. Game Pass is a way better deal, and I think consoles are moving away from their initial selling point. Flame078 here, the normal gamer, and it's been a while. Welcome, and I hope you've all been doing well. Coming back and doing things a bit differently as I'm getting my bearings, so sorry, this is just going to be kind of a rant video while you guys watch me make and redo my bases in Palworld in prep for the new update coming soon. But before diving into the rant, leave a comment down below. If you game on multiple platforms, I would love to know what are some of the struggles you deal with. But alright, I'm going to be frank. It's all personal preference, and this isn't about swaying anyone in any particular direction. I'm just making a video to get back into the swing of things. This isn't about comparing game libraries, which service is actually better than not, who releases better games. Honestly, the people who are going to nitpick the heck out of this are probably the same people who still rage about console wars, and the same idiots more than likely playing the same games like Call of Duty or a sports game and call gaming stale. I'm not touching those topics with a 10-foot pole right now. I want to talk about Xbox and why I've been playing Xbox this year. And it has to do with Game Pass and the Xbox ecosystem. More and more, I've been gravitating towards gaming in a particular fashion. Gaming on the couch and then transitioning to my PC. In essence, playing on one device and picking up and playing it on another. And that is something Xbox thrives in. And I fully want to use that more next year. A perfect example of this is this new game that I have been enjoying called Overthrown. Thank you, Palworld, for unlocking this genre for me because these games are so much fun. I was scrolling through Game Pass, saw it, downloaded it, and just like that, boom, started having fun. Now, sadly, because I didn't prioritize Xbox this generation, and it's been mainly my secondary piece of gaming hardware, the issue that I've constantly been having with game preview games is performance on the Series S. The experience is not great. The Series S sucks. But you know what was great? Installing that same game on my PC and resuming my gaming session. On top of that, because I was playing in the living room, my non-gamer girlfriend got interested, and now we're going to have a date night where we try this game together. All this can be done without extra hassle because Xbox has placed its bet on an awesome ecosystem. Future Zero here, that didn't make sense. Let me clarify. What I was trying to say is that Xbox's business strategy is moving away from the focal point of making the Xbox console, like those sales, their main driver. They are focusing on building an ecosystem that encompasses multiple devices. Versus Sony is still very much focused on selling the hardware that is PlayStation. Okay, back to the ramble because diving into this more is a whole different video. Consoles need to change. The idea of hardware sales is kind of pointless. With crossplay and cross progression have eroded the wall, needing that these platforms have to be separate. The point of hardware sales should still be to offer gaming hardware that can play games that is cost friendly to that of building a PC. I mean, the gap is smaller, I believe. This is part of a rant video, so I'm not really stat checking, but a low budget PC is still more expensive than a console. And consumers, if they want a specific product, that's a tough sell. With a console, you can get Netflix and a Blu-ray player. The added cost for a PC that games doesn't make sense to a lot of consumers. And data shows more and more households are a household of 2 or more platforms, meaning exclusives are really only hurting consumers. I love my consoles. The comfort of playing on the couch or playing to go is great, and it's cost friendly. Consoles still hold value, but it's not about what games you can only play on them. Future Zero again, and that kind of didn't make sense, and I apologize for that. But go back to the questions I asked you in the beginning of the video. If you own multiple platforms, what's your ranking? What are your struggles with it? Xbox kind of has a vision for where they want to go. Crossplay and cross progression means that you no longer need to choose a piece of hardware to play with your friends. So the question becomes, why am I playing on this particular platform? So my move to Xbox fits that criteria. All of my favorite multiplayer titles and any of the titles I want to play, I already can play on Xbox. But again, this is probably going to be something I will follow up in a future video. All right, let's wrap up this rant/ramble. Of course, Sony has had a lot of W's, no denying that. This year, Helldivers 2 was an amazing time that I still enjoy, and I do have a backlog of games I need to get through, but honestly, the urge to turn that console on is happening less and less. Play games where you want to play. I own all gaming devices, so if a game sounds interesting, I can play it. I'm not tied down to a platform loyalty bullshit thing. I'm not some weirdo. Nothing wrong with being a fan of a brand, but that hardcore loyalty of the past is just a red flag and it needs to go. And since I've been moving away from competitive games, specifically competitive shooters.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Well, mostly. Anyway, what I am trying to point and what I want to end the video on is in 2024, I started playing games that make me have fun. And I plan to continue doing that next year. This drama that's happening in the Apex space, in the Call of Duty space, nah, man. I'm leaving that shit behind. What about you? What's gaming looking like for you in 2025? Flame078, the normal gamer. See you guys soon. Happy to be back. Let's kill it next year. Adios.